Let us start with chapter 1, the solid states. The general characteristics of solid. Solid state has lowest contractibility and high density as compared to the liquid and gaseous state. Solids have definite shape, size and volume. Solids have considerable mechanical strength, rigidity, very strong interparticular forces of attraction and minimum distance among them. Due to strong forces of attraction, the solid do not possesses any transitionary motion, but it can only have vibratory motion. Solids have negligible fluidity and negligible diffusion of particles. Classification of solids. Classification on basis of packing of constituent lattice. First is crystalline solid, where the solid particles in which the constituent particles arranged in a regular three-dimensional order arranged, which gets repeated throughout. So they are also called as long range order solids. And crystalline solids have sharp melting point, that is they melt abruptly in the liquid at fixed temperature. They are anisotropic, that is the physical quantities such as mechanical strength, refractive index and thermal conductivity etc. have different values when measured in different directions, and when cutting with a knife they give a sharp and smooth edges called true solids. They are also called as true solids. Examples of crystalline solids: quartz, diamond, boron, nitrate are covalently bonded particles. In NaCl, ZnSCl, CaCl, particles are connected by electrostatic forces. In solid iodines, solid sulfur particles, they have weak van der Waals forces among them. They have definite enthalpy of fusion. Now let us discuss about second type of solid, that is amorphous solid. Particles are scattered and no regular arrangement of particle is seen. They do not have definite shape or form. They are short range order solids. They have diffuse melting points. They are isotropic by nature, that is they have same value of physical properties in all directions. When cut with a knife they give irregular and diffuse edges. They are called as pseudo solids or supercooled liquids. They do not have definite enthalpy of fusion. Example: rubber, glass, plastic. Here you can see the arrangement of crystalline solids and amorphous solid. Crystalline solids are in order, whereas amorphous solids show disordered arrangement. Now let us move on to the classification on basis of nature of intermolecular forces. First is ionic solids. There is a regular arrangement of positively and negatively charged ions through the solid, where the ions are held together by strong Coulombic or electrostatic force. These ionic solids are very hard and brittle. They have very high melting point. They are insulators in solid state but conductors in molten state. Ionic solids have high enthalpies of vaporization. They are soluble in polar solvents like H2O but insoluble in non-polar solids such as C6H6, CS2, CCl4, etc. Examples are LiF, NaCl, KNO3, N2SO4, MgO, CaF2, etc. Now let us move on to metallic solids. These are malleable, thin that means they are ability to obtain a thin sheet-like structure. Then ductility, they draw into wires. Then luster, they have a shine. Then thermal conductivity and electric conductivity are also present in metallic solids. For example, copper, iron, nickel, metal alloys, etc. Then covalent solids or network solids. These solids are very hard, brittle, and have very high melting point. They are insulators. Enthalpies of fusion is very high. Diamond, graphite, boron, nitrate, silicon carbide, SiO2, quartz, that is, are examples of this. Now let us know more about the structure of diamond. It is 3D structure having sp3 hybridized carbon atom, each bonded tetrahedrally to 4 more carbon atoms by single covalent bonds. It makes diamond extremely hard crystal with very high melting point, that is 3843 K, and diamond does not conduct electricity at all. Here we can see the structure of diamond. Then let us know about graphite. Each carbon atom in sp2 hybridization and covalently bonded 3 other carbon atoms of same layer by single bonds and forming a layer of hexagonal links at each carbon atom, and fourth covalent valence electron that is available or free, which moves among different layers and provide good electrical and thermal conductivity. Graphite is soft and lubricating solid. Uh, Here you can see the structure of graphite. It has weak van der Waals forces between the layers, so the layers can slide over, and it has a free valence electron, which is helpful in electrical and thermal conductivity. Then let us move on to molecular solids. Their molecules are held together by dispersion forces, London forces, dipole forces, or hydrogen bonds. In molecular solids, first is non-polar molecular solids. Either atoms like HCNeAr or molecules H2Ai2Cl2 are bonded together by weak dispersion forces or London forces. These are non-conducting self-solids with low melting and low enthalpy of vaporization. They are volatile in nature, hence at room temperature and pressure they are available in liquid or gaseous state. Example iodine, solid H2, N2, CO2, naphthalene, camphor, etc. Then polar molecular solids. Polar covalent molecules are held together by strong dipole forces. These are soft and non-conducting solids with low melting point and boiling point, which are still higher than non-polar molecular solids. They have high enthalpy of vaporization, for example solid HCl and H3CO2. Then hydrogen bonded molecular solids. These are polar covalent molecules containing H atoms as positive pole and NO or F as negative pole, and are held together by intermolecular H bonding under room temperature and pressure conditions. They are generally volatile liquids or soft solid and non-conductors of electricity. Example ice. Now let us discuss about crystal lattice or space lattice. Each point in lattice is known as lattice site or lattice point. Each lattice point respects one constituent particle, that is atom or ion or molecule. We join lattice points by straight lines to show geometry of the lattice. Now let us discuss about the unit cell. The smallest repeating unit of space lattice is called as unit cell. H length or axial distance. The lengths or dimensions along the three edges ABC, which may not be mutually perpendicular. The interaxial angle alpha, beta, and gamma between pair of edges are interaxial edges. Here alpha is between axis B and C, and beta is between A and C, and gamma is between axis A and B. Here you can see in diagram. Types of unit cells. First is primitive unit cell or center unit cell. Here types of unit cell, two types, primitive unit cell and types of non-primitive unit cells. Simple unit cell is known as primitive unit cell, which only has one type, that is 8 corners at 8 lattices at 8 corners. Then types of non-primitive unit cell. First type is body center unit cell. As you can see here, there are 8 lattice points at 8 corners and 1 at the center of the body. Then face center unit cell. There are 8 lattice points at corners and 6 more lattice at each center of the face. As we know, there are 6 faces in a cube, so we have 6 lattice point on the faces of each face. That is known as face center unit cell. Then let us know about the end center unit cell. End face center unit cell. 8 lattice points at corner, and any two opposite faces have these lattice points. Now let us know about types of crystalline system. There are 7 types of crystalline system. First is cubic. A equal to B equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to gamma equal to 90 degrees. Example, AgCu zinc blend, NaCl, KCl diamond, PbAgCl2, etc. CaF2. Then it may be primitive having eight corners. Then it may be body centered having 8 corners with one cell at the center. Then it may be face centered, that means having 8 corners and 6 lattice points on the faces. Then tetragonal crystalline system. A equal to B is not equal to C. Then alpha beta gamma equal to 90 degrees. Here it may be seen in CaSO4, then white tin TiO2, SnO2. Here the lattice may be primitive, that means 8 corners. Then body center 8 corners plus 1 at the middle. Then orthorhombic, A is not equal to B not equal to C, where alpha beta gamma equal to 90, which is seen in rhombic sulfur KNO3, then PbCO3 and CaCO3 BSO4, K2SO4, then Epsom salt MgSO4 dot 7H2O. It may be primitive, that is having 8 corners. Then body center 8 corners plus 1 cell at the middle. Then face center 8 corners plus 6 faces. Then end center 8 corners plus any opposite two. Monoclinic, A is not equal to B is not equal to C, which may be primitive or end center, where alpha gamma equal to 90 and beta is not equal to 90. Example, monoclinic sulfur Na2SO4 point H dot H 10H2O, then PbCrO4, then gypsum, which is CaSO4 dot 2H2O. Then triclinic, where A is not equal to B is not equal to C, and alpha is not equal to beta is not equal to gamma is not equal to 90. Example, K2Cr2O7 CuSO4 dot 5H2O, H3BO3. Here it may be primitive. Then hexagonal, only primitive is present. A is equal to B, but B is not equal to C. Alpha beta equal to 90, gamma equal to 120. Example, graphite ZnO CdS. Then rhombooctahedral or trigonal, A equal to B equal to C, alpha equal to beta equal to gamma, but not equal to 90. Example, calcite CaCO3, cinnabar MgS, then quartz Sp KMnO4. These are the 40 lattices and these are called as Bravais lattices. Now let us discuss about calculation of number of atoms in a unit cell. Contribution of each unit cell when they are at the quarter equal to 1/8. Contribution of each unit cell when they are at the face center equal to half. Then contribution of each unit cell when they are at the edge center equal to 1/4. Then contribution of each unit cell when they are at center of body equal to 1. For example, a cubic solid has two different atoms, P and Q atoms, where P are present at corners and Q are at the center of cube. What is the formula of the unit cell? The total contribution of P atoms from 8 corners equal to half into 8 equal to 1. Then the total contribution of Q atoms from body center equal to 1. Hence the ratio of number of atoms of P is to Q equal to 1 is to 1. The formula of unit cell equal to PQ. Now let us discuss about close packed structures. The close packing in one dimension, the arrangement of different atoms in a row touching each other forms one dimensional or edge. The coordination number is 2. Here you can see that picture. Then close packing in 2 dimension, packing in a layer. Square close packing, there is one sphere is in contact with other four other spheres in the same plane. The coordination number is 4. Here you can see square close packing. Then hexagonal close packing. Here one sphere is in contact with 6 other spheres. The coordination number is 6. Here you can see the close packing in 3D structure. These close packing in 2D structures, which are placed above one each other, they form close packing in 3D structure. So we have completed the lesson solid state. Thank you.